Okay, board, at this time, it's honors and achievements. Dr. Little, will you step down, please? While he's stepping down, I'll start the process. We celebrate successes of many kinds during the honors and achievements portion of our board meeting. We recognize the significant achievements of our students and employees, as well as the contributions of and partnerships with our business partners and community organizations. Tonight's honorees include Allstate band and orchestra students, among others, as well as educators who make a difference. We feature all of tonight's honorees in our Proof Positive newsletter, which I hope all of you picked up when you came in. And if you did not pick one up, there are extra ones out in the lobby. Please make sure you grab one. And please take any extra copies for family members that may not be here. Audience, you should know that if you try to follow along in the newsletter tonight, you may need to skip back and forth from page to page as they are not in the same order. In addition, we ask that you please stay until we finish recognizing all of tonight's award recipients, as each award recipient deserves our undivided attention. In order to accommodate our youngest honorees and their families, once we finish, we will give you a chance to leave before we resume, but the meeting's going to be really good, so you might want to rethink that one. And Dr. Little, you're stepped down. Will you help us recognize the award winners? And when you hear your name, go ahead and come on up and stand up here by Dr. Little as we begin to tell the audience all about you. We're going to start with South Carolina Band Directors Association, the 2019 Allstate Clinic Band, the 2019 Allstate Junior Band, and the 2019 Allstate Senior Band. We begin with those three groups. Students from middle and high school bands auditioned for the 2019 Allstate Clinic Band, Junior Level Band, or Senior Level Band selected by the South Carolina Band Directors Association. Judges scored students on performances of scales, sight reading, and a selected solo, as well as musical terms and definitions. During the weekend clinic, students perform their skills and rehearse with other top musicians from South Carolina. Let us introduce the SCBDA All-State Clinic Band and get a group photograph. They are from Lexington High, and I think I've heard this group might actually have a band concert tonight, so we may not have many of these students here. Cody Campen. Oh, I got one. Zahari, is that right? Daniels, Catherine King, Katie Seitler, Garrett Spees, and Joanna Taylor. So let's give Cody a round of applause. Okay. Cody, we're going to get you to stay while we call the others up. So now from River Bluff, we're going to call up Megan Clancy, Kevin Liu, Kenna Morrison, and Christopher Unum. Are they here? Great, here they come. Great, come on up. And we'll go ahead and call up White Knoll High, Savannah Strickland. Is Savannah here? Well, while we take their photograph, I want to tell you that both Garrett Spees and Christopher Unum made first chair for tenor saxophone and baritone saxophone, respectively. Our students who performed with the sorry, that's another category, so we'll stop right here. Did you get the pictures? Yeah. Now we'll go to the students who were selected for the 2019 All-State Junior Band, and they include Carolina Spring Middle's Emma Ballantyne. Emma here? There she is. Jack Bernard. Gilbert Middle's Scarlett Clamp, and Lexington Middle's Michael Clancy and Anna McCall, and Meadow Glen Middle's Rebecca Yu. And from this group, Jack Bernard made first chair for bassoon. So let's congratulate this group. Okay. Great, thank you. Now we're going to acknowledge the students who were in the 2019 All-State Senior Band, and they include Gilbert High's Chris Phelps. Chris here? There he is. Come on up, Chris. River Bluff High's Devin Maston. Devin here. Lauren O. and Allie Trotter. And then last but not least is White Knoll High's Christopher Eggleston. And we are proud to have all of these students represent our band programs and our district. Let's give this group a round of applause. Okay, Chris, hold on. We're going to get you to stay. So we're not through with Chris yet. If Gilbert High's Chris Phelps would stay up front, we want to recognize him for another honor. Chris is the only Lexington District 1 band student chosen for the 2019 Allstate Jazz Band. Now, y'all, we have almost 26,000 students, and this guy's the only one. He's a percussionist, and Chris attended the Allstate Jazz Band Clinic at Newberry College, where he studied under Jack Wilkins, Director of Jazz Studies at the University of South Florida School of Music. As a Gilbert Middle student, Chris earned a spot in the 2014 Allstate Band, and listen to this, he has won a spot in an Allstate Band every year since. How about that? And I'm not through yet. We got more, Chris. As one of the top chairs in this year's Allstate Band, he also filled one of the percussion seats in the South Carolina Music Educators Association 2019 Allstate Orchestra. So congratulations, Chris.
Now he's going to provide a drum solo.
Student musicians from 8 of our schools performed during the South Carolina Music Educators Association All-State Orchestra Weekend. Lexington District 1 students chosen by the judges include Carolina Springs Middle's Eki Mini Umano. Am I close? Come here. I want her to come up, and I want you to say.
Ekemini Umana.
That's what I said. So can. We also want to recognize Gilbert High's Sophie No. Is she here? Here she comes. And Lexington High's Brooke Erickson, Connor Hewson, Paul Kim, and Raymond Lynn, and Meadow Glen Middle's Brianna Talton. There she is. And Pleasant Hill Middle's Aaron Kaufman and Leanna Kim. We also want to recognize River Bluff High's Matthew Chong and Olivia Cook. We want to recognize White Knoll High's Tristan Grosscoast and White Knoll Middle's Joshua Grosscoast. And the All-State Orchestra brought together students who have finely tuned their skills on instruments, including bass, cello, violin, and viola. Irmo High hosted rehearsals while students performed at the Lexington 1 Performing Arts Center at Lexington High for the culminating event. We are just so proud to have so many talented musicians across Lexington School District 1. And I have to brag a little bit. The board toured Carolina Springs Middle last Friday, and we got to observe the orchestra class, and I tell you what, there's just great musicians everywhere. So that was a real treat for us. Now we're going to switch to sports, and we have a state champion wrestler here with us tonight. Pleasant Hill Middle's Matthew Orofino won a state wrestling championship sponsored by the South Carolina Wrestling Coaches Association. An 8th grader, he competed at the Carolina Invitational Wrestling Tournament in the middle school category and won the 96-pound bracket. Matthew, who began his wrestling career while still in kindergarten, also runs cross country for Lexington High and track for Pleasant Hill Middle. Let's congratulate this well-rounded sportsman. Okay, we're now going to move to staff recognitions. We're going to start with River Bluff High's Jessica White. Miss White received a scholarship in memory of a former professor and mentor. She received the Cindy Mackay Foundation Higher Education Scholarship named in honor of Winthrop University's Dr. Cynthia Furr and her daughter Mackay. While earning her teaching degree, Mrs. White studied under Dr. Furr. The Cindy Mackay Foundation offers scholarships to high school, undergraduate, and postgraduate students who demonstrate academic merit along with commitment and the desire to excel. It also challenges recipients to create a better future for themselves and others. Inspired by Dr. Furr's legacy, Mrs. White plans to use her scholarship to complete her master's degree and to grow as an educator. So let's give Miss White a round of applause. Teaching our students about smart financial decisions is a vital part of their education. Tonight, we recognize the Future Scholar Financial Literacy Program Educator of the Month, Forts Pond Elementary's Gina Mahoney. There she is. This award comes from the South Carolina State Treasurer's Office. Using the Future Scholar Financial Literacy materials, Mrs. Mahoney teaches fifth graders about needs versus wants and good financial habits. She began using the interactive program 3 years ago with the goal of making learning financial skills interesting and fun. Thank you, Mrs. Mahoney, for equipping our students with these ongoing life skills. Now we're going to move on to counseling. One of our school counselors recently completed the process to renew her national board certification. Gilbert High Director of Counseling and Advisement, Jennifer Adams, earned recertification in the area of school counseling, early childhood through young adulthood. Mrs. Adams joined Gilbert High this year after 3 years as Director of Counseling at Carolina Springs Middle. Created by teachers, the certification process uses national board standards, allows peers to review applications, and takes into account multiple factors of effective instructions. Candidates must reflect on their classroom methods and measure their mastery of subject material. They must also submit an extensive portfolio with videos of teaching, lesson plans, and student work samples. And if I can just interject, that's a lot of work. So we are really proud of you, Miss Adams. So let's congratulate Miss Adams. Okay, White Knoll High's April Farr took State Softball Coach of the Year honors. Whoa, come on up, Miss Farr, from the National Federation of State High School Associations. As head coach of White Knoll Softball, Coach Farr led the Lady Timberwolves to the school's first state title in May of 2018. White Knoll finished the season with 31 wins and only 2 losses, setting a new school home run record, and I want you to hear this number, with 44 home runs. Coach Farr also won the South Carolina Athletic Coaches Association Softball Coach of the Year and Region 5 5A Softball Coach of the Year. We wish Coach Farr and the Lady Timberwolves a lot of luck this season, and go get them. Okay. Angela Steele, an English teacher in the district's Alternative Educational Services program, attended the South Carolina Association for Middle Level Education's 42nd Annual Conference. A $250 micro grant from the University of South Carolina helped fund her trip. Is Ms. Steele here? No. While learning from sessions on student advocacy, leveraging student knowledge in diverse classrooms, and motivation theory, Mrs. Steele also presented a session called While I Breathe, I Hope, using mindful breath and movement to enhance learning. We salute her for obtaining this opportunity to gain and share knowledge. Thank you, Ms. Steele. Okay, the South Carolina Commission for Minority Affairs acknowledges Hispanics who are making a difference, and we couldn't agree more with this next award. The South Carolina Commission for Minority Affairs recently featured Lexington District 1 parent educator Gigi Towers on its Hispanics Who Are Making a Difference webpage, citing her excellent work reaching Hispanic families and empowering them to thrive. Her work helped the Parenting Center earn designation as a Parents as Teachers Blue Ribbon Affiliate in 2017. She is a member of the Commission's Hispanic Latino Affairs Initiative Advisory Committee, which provides insight and recommendations to help Hispanic students succeed in school. We value her experience and agree she truly makes a difference for the students and families in Lexington 1. Thank you. Okay. Pelion High instructional coach Ashton Pageant received this year's Literacy Champion Award from the South Carolina Council of Teachers of English. Mrs. Pageant tirelessly advocates for positive change through curriculum decisions, program implementation, arts infusion, STEAM integration, and data dives. During her first year at Pelion High, she launched several positive changes, including the adoption of 2 new ELA curriculum programs and a comprehensive professional learning plan that supports all teachers and focuses on student engagement. We are thrilled to have this champion in our family of educators. Yeah, that's great. Okay, our final staff recognition takes us to 2 teachers who brought physical fitness or a unique art project to their students. Carolina Springs Middle Drama teacher Jennifer Simmons and Lexington Middle art educator Vicki Gadecki both received a $500 South Carolina State Federal Credit Union teacher grant. Ms. Simmons used her grant to offer Zumba certification courses to Carolina Springs Middle faculty, and the school plans to pilot an after-school Zumba class for students and staff this year with the goal of fully implementing the program next year. With Mrs. Gadecki's grant, she arranged to have Nancy Baskett, an artist in residence with the South Carolina Arts Commission, visit Lexington Middle to lead a 4-day basket weaving workshop. Students in 6th and 8th grade learned about the culture and history of Native Americans while weaving baskets made of pine needles. Thank you both for seeking out these grants in order to expand our students' knowledge in creative and entertaining ways. Okay, and we have a special guest with us tonight. We finish our night by welcoming Chris Wooten, a member of the South Carolina House of Representatives and a resident of Lexington. And I want to say he's also a parent of some Lexington 1 students. He is here tonight on behalf of the South Carolina House of Representatives. So we are going to pause and let him make his remarks, and we are so honored to have him visiting us. So go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, I want to say congratulations to Nation 4 for being the 2nd best high school in South Carolina, as River Bluff won first place in the Palmetto Finest. So give it up for the River Bluff folks, because I'm going to be feeding that school for quite a while. Next, I should have been here in January, but you guys started before in typical government fashion. We didn't start till later in January for School Board Appreciation Month. And then last month I was coming and my father passed. So tonight, as in typical government fashion, I'm 3 months late. I should work for DOT, but I am here. I want to do what no offense, I'm sorry. I hadn't been in politics long enough to clean that up. All right. But I do want to tell you. There's video. They get it. They get it. It's not the workers.
Everybody make a list of your potholes before you leave. Hand it to him.
But on all serious note, I'm not going to read this whole declaration every time, but on behalf of the South Carolina House of Representatives, I would like to honor each of these fine citizens on your board, or on our board, on the Lexington County School District 1 board, for their service that we are proud to have represent us in a very exemplary manner and service and all that they do for us. And this is a spot that really I didn't understand much like most how much these folks do and how much we really do appreciate them. So instead of going down to each one of them, call it. If you guys want to step forward, Tim, I'll start with you on this end, and we'll kind of feed through if that's okay. So first of all, Tim Oswald. And Jada Garris, thank you very much, Ms. Garris. Thank you, doing. Keep it up. And for Dr. Brent Powers. And for Miss Cindy Smith.
Appreciate this.
I got this mic in my hand. Let's get a
Yeah,
picture.
thank you.
And for Miss Anne Marie Green.
Thank you.
Thank you. And for Mr. Michael Anderson. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate all you do. Thank you so much. And for the best doctor I know, Kyle Guyton, because he takes care of my children. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
I did not see Representative
We were out late debating something or whatever. Good to see you. Thank you, Dr. Little. Thank you all for all you do. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
On behalf of the board, I just would like to say that we are so honored to serve this district, its families, and its employees, and we really thank you for recognizing us, Mr. Wooten, so thank you so much. That meant a lot. Okay, I told you I was gonna let you go. So now is the time tonight to thank you for joining us to recognize with the many honors and achievements of our students and staff and the generous contributions of our local businesses and all the community members. We love sharing our good news with you. Honorees, when you leave, if you will please head to the left and into the lobby where a member of the communications office will hand you a certificate to commemorate your evening with us. And just as I promised, you are welcome to stay, but if you feel the need, you are also welcome to leave. So
Nobody ever stays.